Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, the channel on YouTube for all things PSG in English. Please subscribe. Today, I've got a special treat for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Bayer Leverkusen game in the Champions League happening this Tuesday night in Germany. And to do this, I've enlisted the help of one of my good friends, my man Jens, straight from Leverkusen, who's a Bayer Leverkusen hardcore fan. And so he's going to be helping us map out what we can expect from the game and tell us all about this Leverkusen team. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Quentin? I'm fine, thanks, and thanks for the opportunity for having me here and give you some insights from
my pleasure,
Leverkusen
man.
Prior to the big game on Tuesday.
Yeah. So do you want, like, for everyone listening, like, what's your story with Leverkusen? How long have you been a fan? Like, I see you're kitted out, so you're clearly the man to speak to.
Yep. So my name is Jens, and I'm 41 years old, and I go to Bayer Leverkusen, to the stadium, and support the club for more than 30 years, I would say. I think the first season ticket I had with 8 or 9 years, and I was there every time I lived in Leverkusen. I went to the games, so probably 30 years or something like that. So I'm a big fan, big supporter, and when I had more time, I also traveled to the away games. Also lots of Champions League games. When we played Real Madrid in the finals, I was in Glasgow. And I was also in the finals against Atalanta Bergamo 2 years ago, and where we lost, unfortunately.
So you're a good luck charm.
Yeah. Finals is not our big thing, but 2 years ago with Xabi Alonso, we won our first title. And But my story: I'm born and raised in Leverkusen. I also worked for Bayer. It was my first job. And when you grow up in such a small city like Leverkusen, you become a Leverkusen supporter.
You follow the team.
We live close to Cologne. Either you are a Cologne supporter or Leverkusen. That's how it was in school. And in Leverkusen, definitely everyone is just fan of the team, of their city. Other than maybe with Paris, who has supporters all over the planet. But Leverkusen grow quite a lot, and I also see more and more supporters of Leverkusen all over the Germany, all over Europe, and it's also getting more popular. But we are a small city with, I don't know, 150,000 population, so very small, and it's a bit like family. Everyone in the stadium, and
I think you guys, like, with the Xabi Alonso era as well, like, I think everyone in world football was talking about Leverkusen all of a sudden, so probably, like, a lot of interest coming for the club at that time.
It was just insane, incredible. That was really the best soccer and season that I've seen in my life. And I tell you, I've been to many good games, also foreign games, and the way they played 2 years ago under Xabi Alonso was exceptional, and it has never been like that after he left. And also the season afterwards was not the same. They I don't know, they started playing, and they had this idea of never losing, and so they didn't lose. The only game we lost was against Atalanta Bergamo in the season, and otherwise we would have gotten 3 titles. So we won the German Cup, we won the league, and I told you I went to the stadium for 30 years, and we never won a title. The only titles, we only had 2 titles, European UEFA Cup and the German Cup, only 2 titles, and then we got 2 titles in one season without losing, and it was just a great time. But
it makes it better. It makes it better if you have to wait for them. I can say, like, as a PSG fan who's been waiting for the Champions League for a long time, it's
but you got what,
it makes it worth the
10,
wait.
11 times you won the French championship, and so, and with Munich it's the same. Bayern Munich, I think they won 11 times in a row. So there are kids at the school of my son or other schools who have never seen in their life winning someone else than Bayern Munich, and then we did it, and yeah, probably the next years will be really tough again because all the good players they leave. I think Leverkusen, I think 12 or 13 players left together with Xabi Alonso. So we gave away all the good players, and we kept the players who were like second row players, and they are now out in our first team, and I think 6 or 7 remained, and we also got 12, 13 new players, and the first 5, 6 games were really hard. There were players who joined the team and they had no training and had to play the other day without knowing each other. That was really difficult, and yeah. But now,
that's one of the things I wanted to ask, because like there's been movement in terms of coaches, and like obviously you guys have lost some top players like Florian Wirtz, like Frimpong, like quite a few of the big players of the Xabi Alonso era. There's been also like a lot of drama around the coaches. So how's that rebuild going? Like what's been happening, man? Like it feels crazy from a distance.
Yeah, the season after we had this incredible season was also a little bit slower. You could realize that all the good players they already had in their mind, oh, Xabi Alonso is leaving. Can I join him? Do I find other opportunities? So they were not 100% the players they have been the season before. So what our management said, okay, you can leave. You have a contract where you can leave. We get a lot of money for you. We're not keeping you here. We're not keeping here anybody. And then Alonso left, and we got the new coach, Ten Hag. And I think he was the third or fourth choice of coaches. No one wanted to join because I think they also saw that Xabi put a really high level there. And when you join such a team, you will always be compared. Yeah. So if we would have gotten another coach from Spain, they would always compare them to Xabi Alonso. So a lot of coaches said no, they don't want to come, and then they decided for Ten Hag. Even though our management was warned that he's sometimes a weird person with a weird personality, very demanding. But my personal opinion is that they promised him too much, that he can keep players. But then, for example, Chaka, he said no, he wants to leave, and everyone was just leaving, and the coach was standing there without players, without knowing how the team is going to be, and with only little influence on who to employ or who to recruit as new players. And but from his personality, he did a lot of things wrong. He was not treating the people right, and there was a big clash. I think he has a good football understanding, and that's what he also demonstrated, I think, with Ajax Amsterdam before. But he had such a bad personality that they said no. After two or three games, they said no, sorry, that's it. And I think it takes a lot of courage from the management to say we did a mistake to hire him as a head coach, and yeah, they got rid of him.
But
and then
it
now
seems to have worked out, though, because now you've got a new coach, and like from what I've seen, he's been on an upward trajectory.
Yeah, also complicated for him. Yeah, he didn't know the team, and they also were formed completely new. Like I said, some people have never played together before, not even trained together before the first games, and now it's getting better. They get in a routine. Unfortunately, we have I think 4 or 5 players who are sick or injured, and yeah, it makes it also difficult a little bit. But yeah, now he won the last 2 games, so it's good. It's going into the right direction. And yeah, let's see what the league brings. I mean, we were quite down, I think position 14 or 15, and now we moved up to number 5, position 5 now in in the table. So it's okay. Unfortunately, the first two Champions League games were also a little bit unlucky for us with 2 draws against Copenhagen, which have like a really good crowd in the stadium, compact stadium, but they are just insane there and difficult to play. And against Eindhoven was also a bit tough at home. Maybe one victory would have been
PSG
possible.
was at home. Yeah,
it was
PSG
our home
was
game.
at home. Yeah, okay.
And Copenhagen was away, and now we have the next home game. But I also saw that you beat Barcelona and also Atlanta Bergamo at home. So it's going to be a very difficult game for us. Yeah.
For us, it's been a bit different because for us, like it's also been a few ups and downs in the beginning of the season. We've had a lot of injury trouble. We've had a lot of like fitness trouble because we played in the Club World Cup, so players basically didn't have any summer prep. They went straight from Club World Cup to holiday to start of the season. Literally, we didn't play any friendly games, and like training started a week before we played in the European Super Cup. So there was really no prep, and so players are getting injured left and right. Now they're starting to come back into fitness, but it's been hard, and so we've dropped some points in the league. We've had like a few disappointing results in the league, but Champions League, our team pulls together. We had a great win against Atalanta at home for our first game, and then we went away and beat Barcelona with like pretty much our B squad. So that was, a little bit unexpected, if I'm honest, but like really, really nice to get that win. And 2 games, 2 wins, it put us in a great situation. And hopefully we're looking at this Leverkusen game as trying to make it 3-3.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because we cannot play our football that we usually play. For example, yesterday there were some good things again where you see that they are moving in the right direction, that they form together as a team. They played very quick combinations and shot a goal. And also with Grimaldo, he's also very good now from when we got some free kicks and that sort of stuff. There's Grimaldo, he scores a lot of goals there. So he's also getting better again.
Yeah.
But with Patrick Schick being injured and Tillman, our 2 strikers, it's going to be hard.
I was wondering about Tillman. I couldn't find the news whether he was injured or not, but I saw he wasn't playing. So
yeah. I think he's still injured for 2 more weeks. And but Kofane, who plays the striker position then at the moment, he's also good. He scored yesterday, and maybe a talent who's coming up. But they all need to develop more. And also the team that played yesterday, for example, Jonas Hofmann, he's not even in the Champions League team, so he has not a position there. He's only playing Bundesliga. Yeah, it's difficult, but let's see. I would be happy about a draw. But as soon as you score 1 goal and when we open up, it can easily also be a 4-0 again for Paris.
So the last time I was looking, like the last time we came to Leverkusen was 2014, I think, with Ibrahimovic and so on. And we won. So it was really like beginning of the Qatar era. Yeah, insane team already, and we won 4-0 in Leverkusen. I think it's a very nice tradition that we should have. Speaking as a PSG fan, 4-0 is a great score. But I watched the Mayans game, and I think like it's actually like I found it very interesting because I think like Leverkusen actually does try to play a lot like PSG in terms of trying to control the ball, get possession, work the ball from the back, and like a lot of passing, being very patient in trying to optimize, and also like 2 fullbacks who are like, especially Grimaldo, who's very, very strong and dominant on his side. At the same time, like it did feel like we're probably like further ahead in terms of playing like this. And if I'm honest, I'm looking at the team and I'm like, Grimaldo is a fantastic player, but what happens when like on his side all of a sudden he's got Hakimi and he's got Doué, and like how is he gonna look then? It's a big jump versus like what you get against Mayans.
Yeah. Let's see. And also our defense, they make a lot of unnecessary mistakes. Especially, in my opinion, Tapsoba. He's sometimes nervous, and but you will probably see it on Tuesday when he's playing again. That sometimes he just shoots the ball to the outside or makes mistakes when he passes. So easy things to avoid. They're not all on Champions League level at the moment, I would say, but at home, everything is possible. I mean, they will be super motivated. They probably have nothing to lose against Paris. So,
and I mean, it's Champions League. It's going to be a tough game for us anyway, because like there's no small teams in the Champions League ultimately. So yeah, I think like for me, another thing that I've seen in the Mayans game is that it feels like your goalkeeper sometimes is like doesn't have the best distribution, and like I've seen a couple of times where like he passes the ball through the middle of the pitch and like has some risky passes.
Yeah, he's also very. He likes to play. I mean, he always takes the ball and he always waits until the opponent is coming to him, and then he does some tricks, and he's always giving me a heart attack when he's doing that. But also a new goalkeeper. Yeah, our old two goalkeepers, they both left. So it's also new, but he's good. I cannot complain. I mean, for sure, we're not getting the best of the world because we don't have big investors to finance such things. But
But yeah, because we heard today on Paris side that Dembele might actually be back in our squad from injury for this
unfortunately,
game.
I read this today that he will be. It will be his.
So I think the
first
good news
again.
for you guys. Yeah, the good news for you guys that Luis Enrique is typically very, very careful with Dembele, because we know he's got injury trouble and he's like, he's not the strongest player physically. So I imagine even if he's back in the squad, I don't think he's going to start the game. But yeah, I imagine if he comes on the pitch at the 60th minute and he starts pressing the goalkeeper like he did to Inter in the Champions League final, that could get very, very interesting very quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's see.
Anyway,
what's your bet? What do you think? How's the score?
Yeah, I think for us, like our goalkeeper, we've got a new goalkeeper. Obviously, like Donnarumma left, and like the beginning of his PSG career has been really not that impressive. He's had a lot of trouble, made quite a few mistakes. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see us conceding a goal. But I do think we now have the firepower up front to get the win anyway. So yeah, I think like we've got Doué, we've got Barcola, and we've got Kvara who are back into action. The three of them had been like on and off injured for the past 4 to 6 weeks. Dembele as well. And we have like, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes on the side, Vitinha in the middle. So there's a lot of talent, I think, more than enough to get like, a 3-1, 4-1 win or something like this. But yeah, I do honestly, like, I respect the Leverkusen team though, because I think like it's not, obviously it's a coach and a team that only played together for a couple of months now, and you can see it in the game. But at the same time, like some of the plays against Mainz were like really high quality, and you do see the ambition and you do see like the way they want to play. I think in this case it probably actually plays in our favor, because I think a team that tries to play is going to be more open to us having some space to work with and some opportunities to counter and move fast. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
What do you think?
I hope for a draw, maybe 1-1. But deep in my head, I know that we are probably going to lose, because, like you said, your team is just too good at the moment. But also in the league, I think you had 2 draws in the league.
Yeah.
So it's
so the last
not
4
impossible.
games. Yeah. The last 4 games in the league, we actually had 1 win, 2 draws, and 1 loss. So it's been a pretty disappointing run of form. The thing is, like, Luis Enrique rotates player pretty heavily in the league. So we've had a lot of academy players actually getting a lot of game time. And so, yeah, it's not like, it doesn't work as well as our usual starters, just simple as.
Yep.
But yeah, what's the chatter around PSG in Germany? I'm curious because I know, like, historically, since Qatar took over PSG, there's always someone in Germany, usually Bayern Munich, like criticizing us for it. And I know Germans, you've got the 50+1 model, so there's a whole like different approach to governance. Did the Champions League win actually change attitudes and perceptions, or like what's the noise around PSG these days?
I don't know. I don't hear a lot about it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's always with the clubs who have big investments, also like the Premier League clubs. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, so to say, because if you have good players like Wirtz or Woldemade, they don't stay in Germany in the Bundesliga. They all leave, or the best players they usually leave or go to Bayern Munich, and it's taken the level of the Bundesliga down, in my opinion. So at some point, if it continues like that, then there is no competition from Germany anymore, because the players they all play on a different level. And I also heard that Wirtz and Woldemade, they got, how do you call it, cramps in their legs when they started in the Premier League, because everything was so quick and they were not used to it. And yeah, the German league is just, I don't know, there are teams who have only a budget of 5 million euros per year or something like that, and you don't even get one player in the Premier League who owns that less, that few. So but as a Leverkusen fan, you also get this noise from inside Germany because we are one of the few company teams. For example, we are from Bayer. Then you have Wolfsburg, who is from Volkswagen, and so you have some little investors in there. But the Bayer Leverkusen team, they used to be a factory team when they were founded in 1904. It was the staff of Bayer who played together as a factory team, and then they moved up and up. So it's a big tradition. That's why we are allowed to be sponsored by Bayer, and Bayer holds. Bayer gets all the revenues that we have at the end, and either they take out the revenues or they give some profit back to the team and reinvest it. But it's on a level much lower than
it's a different level
than that. But there are also critics who are against Paris or Manchester City or clubs like that, but also against Red Bull, for example, Red Bull Leipzig, who just bought a team from a Red Bull can. I mean, Red Bull is the same. Yeah, they buy players in Salzburg and in Leipzig. They just change the players for free between each other, and they also have like unlimited resources. That's the way it is. And either you allow investments in Germany, then will be probably on the same level as other leagues, or you don't, and then we will just see players going away. But it also gives the opportunity sometimes to get other players from other leagues who are not as good. I think we also had players from Paris.
I've got to say, like, you guys have a lot. I was looking at the squad. You've got a lot of like former Ligue 1 names that I recognize as well. So it's there's always someone below, I guess.
But there's no big shitstorm that I know of against Paris.
That's good to know.
But you did an amazing job in the Champions League final against Milan. So I think it's well deserved, and you have a lot of respect in the world now.
Yeah. We enjoyed our trip to Germany for the final. So like, hopefully the next trip works quite as well for us. A bonus question for you before I let you go. Like, I know you've said you've been going to the stadium forever, and like the PSG Ultras have done a really good job in Europe in the past few seasons. And typically, we went to Liverpool last year, and they really like showed their presence. They did well in Arsenal. They did really well in Munich for the final. What's like I know the Bayer Leverkusen Ultra are also like quite good in their own right. Like, you know, it's gonna be an interesting matchup in the stadium. Like, big game for you guys, right?
Yeah, let's see how the atmosphere will be. And last time when Paris played here, it was a little bit dangerous, I would say, because Paris has a friendship with Dortmund and Cologne. And especially Cologne, they are sort of our enemies. And there was
I didn't know we had a friendship.
Yeah,
I didn't
there's
know
a lot
Cologne.
of
I know
riots,
Dortmund, but
and there will be a lot of police on Tuesday, and I think there will the ultras of Cologne and Dortmund. They will probably also be there on your side and support you. So that's a little bit risky, but let's see how the atmosphere will be, and we stay away from trouble. That, everything goes fine. Besides that,
hopefully
Champions League
it
is
will be
always
okay.
good atmosphere, and it will be a nice evening. I will send you some videos and pictures.
Yeah, please do. I'm gonna be jealous, but please do by all means. Cool. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for chatting about this, and hope you have a good time and enjoy the game. And you know, for everyone who's watching us, thanks so much for watching that long. Please drop a like on the video. Please let me know in the comment what you expect for the game and what's your prediction for it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified. And as always, ici c'est Paris!